Alrighty guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to be doing our top 10 Dokkanfest Turs plus EZAs for this month of October. I mean, this list is of course going to change like down to the end of this month, maybe even the start of next month too, whenever the Halloween Dokkanfest comes out. But as we sit, I think the list is pretty concrete as to like the how useful the characters are, how long they've been good for, especially how usable can they be in the newer events and then older events that still get like event stages, such like festival battles. That's gonna be one that's gonna plague a lot of people's mind because going off of this list, I'm using every event that you could play through, and obviously some characters are gonna fare a lot better. And just because it's one of the events is probably the hardest event in the game, that doesn't immediately like shut down another unit's like chance to go above that unit. So starting out this top 10 with number 10 itself, it's the Dokkanfest Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. He's the Dokkanfest with hit, but he's actually like really, he's good, but he's bad, if I could say that. He's a good unit, but he is really bad for what a good unit is, and it's mainly down to how they made his super attack effect. So by a good unit, he's guarding, he has the rainbow, he has the orb changing, he's dodging, he already has the built-in crits, he's super attacking multiple times, he has a revival. And then he has a standby, which allows him to do a little bit more damage once you get that to go off. The only thing I will say for this unit that really makes me hate him is this. We're done with this effect in the game. Sacrificing HP has no benefit, and I know a lot of people say, oh, you can kind of play with it to like lower your health to activate other characters' active skills. That normally doesn't go in your favor. The boss will normally do enough damage so you can get your active skills off, and you can kind of get those thresholds. If you don't, it's good because that means you're not dead. A lot of times the bosses in this game doesn't just like dwindle your health down, they just one shot you off of the face of the earth. So Goku, taking away 5% of your HP is very bad because of how high our HP has gotten, and the fact that this bastard is doing, he can do not one, not two, he can launch 3 to 4 super attacks. That's 20% in one turn. He will kill you. Your own character does more harm to you than good. That is a bad thing. But in terms of like a Dokkanfest TUR, he's still viable. In a slot 3 unit, he can dodge. Of course, he can crit. He's like a great finisher unit, especially if you're ending a turn. You would like push him off rotation. He's not really so hungry for orbs. I mean, he does need this, but you kind of don't want this extra bit of attack and extra bit of a super attack because of what he's doing to you. And then it's also so you can also just get into your standby, turn 4 from entry, which is like I believe his second actual rotation, which helps if you float him off. Then once you float him, you're getting back, and then it's gonna be much easier to get him. But this Goku is just, it pains me to put him here because he was supposed to be a lot better. The animations from this guy is cool, but we didn't get the intro we wanted to. The intro we thought was going to be voice, especially like the Sean Schemmel part. It wasn't, but maybe next time they'll do a better job with a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Coming in at the number 9 spot is actually going to be the EZA in the GDC campaign. It's going to be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, his kit is, to me, he is the standard of a good unit. It hurts me to put him at number 9 because if I didn't have the LR, he is just, I mean, you can add him on the team as well, but you do get the turns when you just have him, the LR, and another version of the LR with him. But this unit is amazing because you start out the turn, he's rocking 80% damage reduction. He's effectively a floating unit because he gets more buffs when he's in slot 2 or 3 attacking. He's going to get the 250. Plus, he's going to get an additional super attack. He's doing a lot on his super attacks too. He's raising defense for 4 turns. That's a 30% buff, which is not minuscule. And then when you time that up with his active skill, the plus energy emission, gives him the 40%, lowers enemies' health by 40% attack and defense. That's like the Jiren active skill. And then he has the great chance of nullifying a super attack and countering it. See how that's worded? It's a super attack. It's not the same way like the LR Gogeta. So LR Gogeta, he has a counter, I want to say. His is more so a counter. When he's receiving a key base super attack, he has a great chance of nullifying a counter, but that's just specific to key base. Gogeta, on the other hand, it's when receiving a super attack of any kind, he can just nullify it, which is what makes him like have a lot more of a life cycle. Also, at some point, he's going to be doing guaranteed crits when you get this build up for every attack received or evaded. Super effective against all types. He's giving himself key. There's just a lot that this unit is doing, but there's of course a lot more characters that are doing a lot more than this guy. Number 8 is going to be Kale and Khalifa. Now these two are just different. When they came out, they were so helpful for like longer content, especially for like if a boss were to do like insane amounts of damage. The transformation with Kale, now I know turn 6 is crazy, but they really buff this unit for their base form. They're also a great unit for Festival of Battles because they are stacking, and then once you transform into Kefla at the end of the form, they are hitting very hard. So you're gonna get the 50% dodge. First 4 turns, you're getting the 20. That's gonna stack up to the 70% dodge, and also every time that they attack 3 or more times, they're getting additional dodge, which can be boosted up to 90%, which is just so crazy, especially since with another universal category ally, you're getting an attack here, so they can get popped this turn 1, turn 2, and they can have 90% of damage reduction just floating. So it's really easy for them to really go crazy. And then of course, I don't really have to pull it up, but you pull up Kefla, 60% heal on active skill. She's doing multiple attacks, 70% baseline dodge. Orb changing, type orb changing is still good. She has the support with orbs, and then she has the buff where she's getting defense on when receiving attack. It's just free and easy to make her one of the best TORs, and having her on the team just makes it easier to get through longer content, especially content where you can get to that 6th turn, pop the heal, especially knowing where even if it's short content, you can still utilize the base form of them to kind of get the dodges off and still put in a decent amount of work. They're on. And this is not a bad thing, because also Gogeta has, he has some decent categories, and then Goku obviously has a lot of categories, but they are on just a bunch of categories that need them. Super bosses, Universe 6, accelerated battle. That's an important one because that's a lot of the tag characters unfortunately have rapid growth, accelerated battle, and I believe it would be, I would say joint forces, yes. And then, of course, they're on things like full power, final trump card, fuse fighter. So they're buffing just the teams that really need their help. Now, going to number 7, another easy A, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Now, him and number 6 has been like a battle for me. They're close, but here's the thing. Now, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, he's just crazy. So he drops with the 20% damage reduction. He's doing two attacks that have a 50% chance of being a super, all while he's getting 50% stats when super in. He's rainbow orb changing, not type orb changing. He's rainbow orb changing, by the way. Getting this buff on super. He has 80% damage reduction against normal attacks, which is, I I know a lot of people don't like the idea of like counter characters having the damage reduction against normal attacks. This to me makes this Vegito good for events that like have it's just specifically AoEs. AoEs, this Vegito is definitely a beast for because he's able to tank those without no need of super infers. Also, he's getting when receiving a super attack, he has the 50% chance to dodge temporarily, which I think is a amazing ability. He's also supporting both extreme class and super class allies. Super class allies get the 2-turn effect. Extreme class allies just get the 1-turn effect when him on the turn, but it's still buffing the rotation like this while orb changing, while being like a great slot 2 to slot 3, potentially even a slot 1 unit depending on how many attacks. If you have a scouter up, you can kind of just like, fish where to put this guy, and if there's no supers in turn 1, he is a perfect turn 1. He's a perfect slot 1 unit against normals. 80% damage reduction still holds up, and then he has the additional chance to dodge when his health get low, and that's all of this is within the turn and receiving a super. So it's really free and easy to make this guy like a true beast, but he can be in slot 1. That is the difference between him and number 6. Number 6 is going to be EZA Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This beast can be in slot 1 and should be in slot 1. Now, this is it's free and easy. This damage reduction, I mean, I don't know why this is like people act like, okay, 30% is not enough when you're adding the fact that he has this. He's getting this. He has this. It's gonna obviously stack up with more characters. You're raising defense for 6 turns with the 30%. But bro, people don't realize how crazy this is. This is actually the LR Gogeta's buff. He has the amazing tech where he gets 2 different procs of defense when he's getting an attack. One when he's receiving a super attack, and one when he's receiving a regular attack. This guy has the same thing. It's not the same number buff, but he has a 50% chance just to nullify supers. Not key based super attacks. He can just nullify supers, 50% chance, and then he counters. And the counter is doing a lot of damage because he has a 7% chance to crit. He can additional super. This guy, and then he's also attack supporting as well, if that wasn't enough. So this guy is just a true beast. He can sit himself in slot 1, take some attacks, and also he can sit in slot 2 too as well. If Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's out here, he can sit himself in slot 2, be an amazing tank without really a problem. Now, number 5. Number 5 is going to shock a lot of people. It's going to be Hit. Now, wait. Hit is definitely a good unit. He's much better than this trash that's at the number 10 spot. But Hit, to me, I think gets so much hate when he's not a bad unit. Especially for Festival of Battles, he is a stacking beast. You get all these buffs to activate. He's dodge. He has the dodge. He has the additional defense. He's obviously additional super attacking. He's baseline 50% crit, 50% dodge. He could triple super, quad super, turn 1. For every time he evades, for every attack evaded, defense, and then extra 6% dodge within the turn. Every time he attacks, 3 attacks, he gets this. I think this is really good too, because a lot of times people don't realize that, but this just takes out the super. The interrupt the attacked enemy's 1-turn attack just takes out the super. And for any of the bosses or any characters that can be hit with defense down and seals, this guy is also doing it. Now, I mentioned the fact that he's a stacker. Now, when he gets to his transform state, once he gets the stance, once you're running him with his proper team and setup, Scouter, 70% chance to dodge, 70% chance to crit. He has the automatic defensive down. He can quad super. He interrupt the attacked enemy on 12 key or more. He's getting additional defense and the dodge still, and he's getting a more attack for every attack performed. And then when receiving attack by an enemy who's hit by a super, he gets this 16% dodge. So if you're, say 5 attacks in slot 1, he dodges 4 to 5 of them. After he super attacks, he's damn near, he can't be touched. He literally almost just can't be touched. And then he's greatly stacking on top of that. You also get the time skip Molotov super attack that's going to obviously, once you have a lot of these built up, he's going to hit with a crit with it. And then he's going to, again, Ghost Usher. Ghost Usher. Come on, it's simple. Like Hit is a beast. I think that people are missing like how good he is in the fact that he is a Universe 6 ally, or not a Universe 6 ally, but Universe 6 lead, and he wants those characters on his team. But him and the Khalifa and Kale are just a dominant pair and dominant like duo. You just have those characters on your team. They can go in. You can beat festival battles with a full Universe 6 team. It's just simple as that. Hit carries. He does a lot of the work. He has I'd say an iffy link set, but it works with the category that he leads because it's Universe 6. Now, leading down to, we halfway through the list. Leading down to the number 4 spot. It's going to be Yamcha, Easy A Yamcha. Now, I was fighting between putting either Hit or Yamcha first. I'm going to pick Yamcha only because Yamcha, when he came out, he's just wild. Like, you see the dodge that he has, the 20% stacked on with this, and then he's rainbow orb changing. First of all, we gotta get through this, all right? So in slot 1, this is what they want you to do with him in slot 1. You put him in slot 1, he has a 50% chance to dodge, plus 20%, that's the 70, right? And then he's Rainbow Orb changing. For every Rainbow Orb change that he gathers, 40% defense and chance of dodging 10%. Now, you might be like, okay, what's so special about that? Mind you, he has a launch. He launches an additional attack that has a great chance to be a super. So automatically, from his kit, he can do what we know. He could do 3 attacks. After evading an attack, he launches 2 additional attacks, which has a 50% chance of being a super. He could quintuple super. This man can super 5 times, getting the 50% buff, and he stuns. Like, it's actually just wild, like what he's able to do, especially like he has his active skill. This is a turn 4. This is a turn 2 active skill. Because he needs to just evade 4 attacks or all allies on the same turn be Earthbed Fighters. This is turn 1 or turn 2 guaranteed. Especially in difficult content, you can get this off without having him run like, if you want to say run a Saiyan Saga or Earthling category team or Turs category ally team and not all of them are Earthbed Fighters, he can still get this off turn 2. And then with the fact that he has that, the dodge allows him to be so much more slot 1 like neutral that he could probably, with just a full Earthbred Fighters rotation, make it all the way through festival battles and be perfectly fine, because it's just so hard to actually like damage Yamcha. If it's not a stage that cancels dodge, Yamcha is nigh invincible. He literally cannot be hit. He can't be hit. He has the 50, the 70 up here. He's stacking that with the rainbow orbs that he's obviously making. It's just literally insane with him. What stops him from being in the top 3 is the fact that these Dokkanfest just literally they were cooking in the lab with them. So number 3, I know people are gonna be mad, but it's actually Mercenary Tao. I'm putting Mercenary Tao in this spot for a couple of reasons. You see this intro? 50% damage reduction, rainbow orb changing. Okay, that's a strong start. Then he's getting the 30% damage reduction. That's 80 right there. Off the bat, 80% damage reduction. He's rainbow orb changing. And then wait, we look down here. Is that a defensive mechanic we see with the 200% when receiving an attack? That buff is honestly, it saves a lot of characters because getting hit with an attack, they just get this buff, and then their defense is exponentially higher than what it shows on the screen. And then he has an unarmed super attack. and he has a great chance to nullify it. Now, it is a specific super attack, but the reason why this one it works is because, especially for content like the Supreme Magnificent Battle event, there is a Gohan and there is a Trunks that is doing 11 million turn one. No character in this game is tanking that, bro. But Omega, Mercenary Tau, obviously the blues can dodge or they can counter it. That is just a, like, having this in your back pocket, as well as, you know, having these stuff, especially when your allies can get into the target enemy can get into the status effect, is super crazy. Also, he has the active skill. He needs you know, Kamehameha enemy. That's a lot of people or all allies mission execution. Stuns enemy, changes key spheres, STR and int key spheres to rainbow. So he's orb changing again. He's orb changing on active skill as well. And then yeah, he's just doing just a stupid amount of damage. It's just easy for this Tau to do crazy amounts of damage. He kind of, me personally, I think he does better with a slot 1 unit, actually, though. If they another unit that can rock the slot 1 ahead of him, that is the only thing that for me holds this guy back from being like really truly deadly. And I think that he's a good unit, but number 2 and number 1 is just like, yo, they doing it on their own and they're putting in work. Number 2 is going to be Goku from the first episode, Goku Youth, of course. Now Goku is just he's a beast. He's doing just so much that it's crazy that people don't talk about this guy. A festival battle killer. Again, he has, to me, one of the best active skills by a TUR to this day. There's another character that has an active skill I like, but this guy has him. And when the HGL Gohan from the Dead Zone movie gets his EZA, those 2 active skills for me are just ridiculous. So we're gonna get through this. He's additional super attacking and damage reduction first starter turn, obviously to help himself build up. And then he gets 60 right here because of the 20 he's getting. He can triple super attack. Of course, now look at this. He's also getting the 200% buff. And then also he has this crazy buff, where he's getting the additional attacking defense, where he's able, not attacking defense, but he's getting the additional 22% chance to dodge. Also, this buff is still crazy. Every super attack he performs, he's getting the 200%. And then also to add with that, after he performs 7 or more super attacks in the game, he's going to get the guaranteed guard with the damage reduction, with the additional super. So he's doing a lot because he is stacking attack and defense. Now his active skill, no restrictions, turn 3, he gives himself 30% attack and defense for the rest of battle. That is a multiplicative buff. It's kind of like the Kid Buu one. And then he heals 30% HP. That right there is a godsend to have. Like, you can just get a lot away with that. Also, he has the different attack with Bulma where he's allowed to stun. Nothing too crazy, but that he seals, he's stacking. He is doing a lot. This is the first episode, Goku, and I think personally that they did a phenomenal job of making him as good as he can be. Obviously, he's not the most hyped character because it's literally the first episode of Dragon Ball, but for how good he is, they nailed the kit 1-to-1 of how you would want a unit, especially to dominate this event. Number 1. Now, number 1. It's obvious. It's Super Baby 1. We're talking about Mr. MVP, Mr. Do It All. It's Super Baby 1, and it's not really close. So, mind you, he's leading, probably to me, of all these units, he's leading the best categories because Battle of Fate with Final Trump card is a nasty mix. I'm talking about you get every one of the best units, super class and extreme class, on his team. Now, what Baby's doing is very simple. 70% chance to dodge. He's guarding. He's supporting. He has the additional ways to get a dodge when he's super attacking. And then, of course, he's raised attacking defense for 1 turn. That's not nothing too crazy. And I know people are like, wait, why is he... But hold up. Once you transform into Super Baby 2, again, the guard the 70% chance to dodge, which can now bump up to 90 with the when he's attacking right here. He's also type orb changing. His support effect is a lot higher. He has a scouter. He's additional super attacking. He has a little bit of damage reduction with a certain team, and then he's getting a lot of damage and crit with the certain enemies and keep spears, that he has. Not to mention the fact that he's also stacking, by the way, so that means he's a Festival of Battles murderer. He just goes to the event and then just completely destroys. And then he has what none of these guys have on their team. I mean, Goku has not the same thing, but he has a benefactor, like, active skill. This guy has a team protector mechanic. The giant ape transformation for Baby is just ridiculous because it's a 2-turn buff. Now, we all know about the giant active skills. It allows you to help with the status ailment effects. So him having that team protector mechanic is really crazy. Also, he's the first character that has a giant form active skill, and this hits like a train going 1,000 miles an hour, because the buff that he's getting is 1,700, and it's a guaranteed crit on top of the fact that he's getting 300% base attack. So he has essentially a 2,000% attack baseline coming out of this guy, and he can just do this I think this is turn 1. Yeah, upon entering attacking turn, yes, this is turn 1. So. And then he's massively raising attack for his or just regular super attacks. Baby is just a crazy character. He does a lot more. He's good for short events with the dodge. He's good for long events with the stacking. He can help you with the team protector mechanics to help weaker units. He's supporting. He has the rainbow orb changing, which is the pseudo support. He actually has a scouter, which is just a blanket of an umbrella of support that just helps the whole entire team. Because a lot of the time, you need a scouter in these difficult events, but not a lot of units have them, and not a lot of the good units have them. For them to add a scouter to Baby like this is a reason why he just shows it's a premium units game, and he is one of the premium units that gets the most love. I'm glad that they made the Super Baby to actually usable and actually one of the better cards in the game, because he definitely deserves it, being one of Dragon Ball's more respected and fan favorite villains. So that is the listing for the top 10 Dokkanfest TORs, and adding of course EZAs in that list. Now, of course, you guys can tell me how the list sounds to you. I feel like this list holds up pretty well. Apparently, if you use a lot of these units, you can kind of see what I'm getting at, and how usable each one of these characters are in the entire game for their content. But with that being said, of course, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, of course, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see more content like this, always comment it down below on what you want to see. If you have any more specific topics you want me to cover, make that suggestion down below. And then also, what do you think about the top 10 list? Do you think I could do a top 10, top 15, or should I do the banner units for this year, or not this year, but just this whole entire campaign celebration? But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You are a fool to challenge a god. I'll call the anger of the gods into you.